And now, Knock 2 Studios presents Common Censored.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Common Censored. This is episode 213. The Justice Department has turned on the Bidens as they're accusing Hunter of being bribed by Romanian oligarchs to influence foreign policy. Taylor Swift, ISIS terror plot foiled. Harley Davidson tent is empty at the Sturgis Festival. F-A-F-O. Scumbags. And holy crap, we just had some breaking news that Donald Trump's plane was forced to make an emergency landing after technical difficulties. But I'm sure it's not a second plot against him. No way that's possible. Make sure to join us Monday through Friday, 6:45-ish p.m. Eastern Time as we cover all the crazy clown world clusterfuck chaos on Common Censored. That's a lot of C's all in a row. Make sure to use hashtag Common Censored when you share the show and or hashtag #InfoInfantry and send us screenshots of your shares so we can give you your appropriate and deserved ranks in the Info Infantry. That's right. Pick your branch: Army, Navy, Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard, Special Ops, Air Force, and rank up by sharing our broadcast across the interwebs. We appreciate your support. Find us on X at @LordSterling_, and I'll have to start adding our other social media ats to the ticker down there so you guys can find us all over the various platforms: Getter, Gab, Truth, Minds, you name it. Links to all of the content we discussed today will be posted down in the description of the broadcast underneath the window in Rumble. So if you're watching this later on and you're pressed for time and energy, go down there, find the topics that interest you. Mama Mac will be adding timestamps throughout the broadcast, potentially. I think she's here, so I think she'll be adding timestamps. So you can find the topics that interest you and jump right to the point in the broadcast where we discuss them to save you some time and energy. Make sure to throw Mama Mac and fam some love and support by hitting up alplama.com, your new herbal health guru. Avoid the petrochemical pharmaceutical industry that wants you sick and dependent, and hop over to alplama.com to find some natural tinctures that'll help you remedy those various ailments. Tastes bad, but so good for you. Alplama. Yuck. And they also do have some tasty stuff as well. Some herbal teas, tranquility, serenity. Thanks, Elp Llama and Mama Mac. You guys rock. And if you want to support the broadcast directly, you can head on over to our link tree where we have links to our merch, links to our books, Common Sense First Edition Revived, and Common Censored, the redacted version, our eponymous title. Those are also, they're available on Amazon, as you can see here, but the link tree will link you right up to them. So feel free to check those out. But we're really happy now to be working with Golden Cocoon EMF protection clothing and products. You know, it used to be that if you were worried about EMF waves or some kinds of frequencies affecting your mind and physiology, and you wore a tinfoil hat, they called you crazy. But now it's well known and accepted that we're constantly being bombarded by EMF like 5G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and who knows what else, as we discovered those directed energy weapons patents all listed on the UN website with voice-to-skull technology and everything. So if you're hearing voices, it might not be just in your head. Well, it is manifesting just in your head, but it could be from somewhere else. They can even put your own voice in your head. So now it's the sane people that are wearing tinfoil hats, but not only has the paradigm evolved, so have the tinfoil hats. Check out Golden Cocoon EMF protection products, beanies, blankets, ball caps, hoods, neck gaiters, all made with organic cotton and 100 standard bamboo U-silver fabric, 50% cotton, 40% silver, 10% spandex. Protect your most important asset, your brain, or maybe your balls with that blanket if you're using a laptop on your lap, etc. Check out Golden Cocoon. They make great stuff. We're happy to be working with them. And, we'll only advertise products that we believe in, and this is a really good one. So check them out and enjoy. They've been helping Mama Mac with her headaches and everything, so they really do have a positive effect. And there are certain people, up to potentially 20% of the population, who are especially sensitive to EMF radiation, and these can help a lot by alleviating symptoms. Disclaimer: views expressed on Common Censored are only opinions. Assume everything we say is false and research for yourself. We're not giving medical, legal, or financial advice. The only advice we are giving is think for yourself. Question authority. Think for yourself. Question authority. Boom, bigots. All right, let's see what we got in the news. Let's start off with this breaking news about Donald Trump's plane. This is a little bit unnerving. Mr. Jones over there at Real Alex Jones had been saying that the attempt at Butler was only going to be the first one. He predicted that these deep state bastards would try to blow up his plane or do something. So we've been saying, yeah, exactly, Threeper. We're a step above tinfoil. We've moved on to bigger and better things. Silver thread, that's the way to go. That 3-9 fine. I know, I'm named Lord Sterling, but it's not necessarily actually referencing sterling silver, which is spelled with an E, and that's 925 pure. But yeah, we love the 3-9 fine, the 4-9 fine from the Canadian Mint. Anyway, so there's probably going to be additional attempts on President Trump's life, so we should all be worried about that. And this is why we've been saying to Trump, dude, just stay at home, go to Mar-a-Lago, hang out in the basement, start inviting streamers to come do interviews like Jeremy at the Quartering was saying. Just stay out of danger because you are in great danger, sir. Not from us. We want you to survive, but the deep state can't allow you to win, Mr. President. So they're going to be doing crazy stuff. Billdozer, thanks for sharing on Truth Social. I see you over there. Thanks, brother. Breaking. This is posted by Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum at The Officer Tatum on X. Trump's plane makes an emergency landing in Billings, Montana this afternoon due to mechanical failure. Here is the video of the landing. He says, quote, "I'm telling you, God has his hand on this man. We saw him just rotate his head just enough. It was a shot right into the center of his dome piece. But he just rotated his head and nicked his ear. Now his plane is experiencing technical problems. Here's footage of it landing over in Billings. Just head back to Mar-a-Lago, Mr. President. Enjoy the opulence while you can. We appreciate you sacrificing your amazing lifestyle to put everything on the line to protect us, like he says. They're coming after you. He's just standing in the way. And we saw that illustrated physically, literally in Butler as the attempted assassin's bullet struck an innocent bystander. Here's his plane landing in Billings. Successfully, safely. Sketchy stuff. Billdozer, is that a Boeing? Good question. Good question. Probably. 777 Threeper. Man. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. We have Facts Prime talking about it also over on X. This is big news right now. Donald Trump's plane makes an emergency landing due to mechanical issue. Former president's flight was forced to divert and land safely, with all on board reported to be okay. So hopefully everybody's okay and they can get it fixed up. And man, just stay home, Mr. President. Please, 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 please. So let's jump over to our next story, an FAFO story. It's another day at Sturgis Rally, and another day of the Harley-Davidson tent being a ghost town with very few people walking inside. It's in a typical year, the tent is packed, obviously, because it's Harley-Davidson, the most popular and famous American brand for motorcycles that bikers love. But nope, When we expose wokeness, it's powerful, and now the bikers want nothing to do with Harley. Take a look at this footage of the tent just being completely left alone over at Sturgis.
Guys, I wanted to give you a look under the Harley-Davidson tent. A lot of people have been asking me, is there really a Harley boycott going on in Sturgis? Well, we wanted to come out here and show you. Remember last year, Cycle Drag showed you the Budweiser tent, and unfortunately, it looks like for the motor company this year, it may be affecting them. It looks like participation is way down under the Harley tent. As for the reason for this boycott, Harley accused of going quote-unquote woke by some. Because of that, not many have entered this booth, at least not today, here in Sturgis, South Dakota at the 84th annual rally. Let me know your thoughts down below. Cycle Drag will continue to monitor this situation for you. Keep it locked to Cycle Drag YouTube, Cycle Drag Facebook, and we'll see if business picks up at all for Harley Davidson as this rally continues. Attendance is very, very strong, but not here under the Harley tent, so there may be something to this much talked about Harley Davidson boycott.
Look around and find out!
Yeah, fuck you, Harley, you sons of bitches. So that's good to see. Boycott, boycott, boycott. That's right, smelling my groin. Buy Indian motorcycles instead. Indian, another great American classic. Everybody should be switching over to Indian. Sell your Harleys. Unfortunately, nobody's going to want to buy them. So scrap your Harleys. Melt it down for the metal value. Fuck them. Fuck them. Let's jump over to our next story. This is posted by Hank at Hank on X. Just in, Austrian authorities revealed a 19-year-old inspired by ISIS aimed for a, quote, bloodbath among 65,000 Swifties. This comes after Taylor Swift's Vienna shows were canceled after police foiled a suicide attack plot. The suspect, who confessed and had chemicals and weapons at his home, swore allegiance to ISIS online. Quote, the main perpetrator has confessed that he was supposed to carry out a suicide attack with two accomplices. Chancellor Karl Nehammer confirmed the suspects actually had very specific and detailed plans to leave a bloodbath in their wake. The attack was thwarted with help from U.S. intelligence. This is a real physical bloodbath, the bloodbath hoax where they tried to claim Trump was advocating for a bloodbath if he lost the election. No, he was talking about an economic bloodbath. This is a real bloodbath. Unlike what Trump was talking about, quote, we had no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety, said Barracuda Music.
Pop megastar Taylor Swift's 3 concerts in Vienna were abruptly canceled after Austrian police arrested 2 people suspected of plotting an attack.
Oh, brutal.
The Austrian government confirmed a planned attack at Ernst Happel Stadium. That's according to concert organizer Barracuda.music, saying in a Facebook post on Wednesday, quote, with confirmation from government officials of a planned terrorist attack, we have no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety. The organizer added that all tickets for the shows would be automatically refunded. Austria's Chancellor Karl Nehammer said in a post on social media platform X that a tragedy was prevented. Austrian police on Wednesday detained 2 people suspected of plotting attacks on concerts, according to the Director General for Public Security. The 3 Swift concerts were scheduled to take place from Thursday to Saturday, with police expecting around 65,000 attendees each day. They are part of the record-breaking Eras tour by the American singer-songwriter set to conclude on December 8th.
Sketchy stuff. Let's hop over to a news report about this and see what Fox is saying.
Welcome back here on Live Now from
News.
Fox, 10:15 on the East Coast, and it is 7:15 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here for the next hour or so to bring you all of your top stories and live events. We know that new details continue to emerge about a foiled terror plot in Austria that appeared to be targeting Taylor Swift concerts. Investigators today releasing a photo of one of the men detained in connection with all of this. I do want to bring in Greg Palcott with Fox News as he follows all the latest, joining us live with more details. Good morning, Greg. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Hey, Josh. Yeah, we first reported on the story, at least the bare bones of it.
That's right. Threeper's got a good attitude. Stay true to yourself. Do what you like. Fuck what everybody else thinks. Good point, man.
But late yesterday afternoon, but overnight and into this morning, you're right. we've gotten new details, some pretty gory details. Taylor Swift's 3 concerts in Vienna this week were canceled after the Austrian government confirmed a planned attack at the concert venue. That was the organizer announcing that cancellation. We have no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety, the organizer said in a post. Austria's Chancellor Karl Nehammer said a tragedy was prevented. Now, Austrian police detained 3 people, all in their teens, suspected of plotting attacks on the concerts. Police say at one of the teens' house, a 19-year-old seemed to be the ringleader of this. They found preparation for an attack, chemicals, other substances, explosives, detonators, knives, machete, ISIS terror material, and cash. At least one other was arrested in Vienna. The Taylor Swift concerts were set for a stadium in Vienna from Thursday today through Saturday. Police had been expecting around 65,000 attendees at each show, as well as up to 15,000 milling around. Police say the suspect was planning to kill as many people as he could and then kill himself. Police were initially going to boost security until promoters just called the concerts off. Swift, 34, has not yet commented on the cancellations. Now, after Vienna,
good question, Bill.
Swift is set to sing in London, where 6 concerts are scheduled starting on August 15th. Ironically, the UK is now a scene of unrest triggered by a knife stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed dance club for young girls. 3 were killed, 9 injured. Misinformation online fed that racial anger. So, again, Taylor Swift, such a huge world icon, seems to be attracting all sorts of untoward folks in the wake of her massive tour, Josh.
Yeah, and Greg, as of right now, we don't really know much as far as a full-on motive. There's still so much left to figure out, right?
Exactly. These 3 Austrians have other roots, Austrian-born, but families coming from Macedonia, Turkey, and Croatia, suggesting the possibility of other backgrounds than the standard Austrian background. But nothing had been declared. The only other thing that's interesting that we have noted in the last hour or so, Josh, is that foreign intelligence helped Austrian intelligence come up with this. And one report even says that it was U.S. intelligence that was used to track these folks down online. This seems to be the pattern. You know, they pick them up online. It's not like finding them at a gun store or something like that. And that's how they trace them down. And luckily, you know, because the arrests were just announced yesterday, and the first concert was to be tonight. Luckily, just in the nick of time, Josh.
Yeah.
Boom. Luckily, yeah. We don't need another concert attack. Please do not do that. UK News posted this. Breaking: Vienna police found hydrogen peroxide, assembled explosives, detonators, and detonator cables at the apartment of a teenage suspect who's planning to use them to kill thousands at the Taylor Swift concert. Thankfully, this has been foiled. We are not a fan of T. Sweezy, but nonetheless, we don't want innocent people being taken out at concerts again like Vegas. Whatever really happened there, obviously a very suspicious situation. How about this one, guys? You hear about this? Nick Sortor posted this at Nick Sortor on X. Breaking: Maui police and the FBI are now warning people of Maui about literal bombs that are being placed around the island. This is coincidentally on the 1-year anniversary of the fire that burned down the town of Lahaina, killing 100 plus people. And aren't there like 2,000 missing kids still from that? What's up with that? Have they been accounted for since then? Let me know if you guys have information in the chat. I haven't been able to find anything. Quote, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying any more coincidences from these people. What the hell is actually going on here? FBI and Maui police investigating IEDs found in Kahului and Pukalani. Pukalani, that's another fun one to say. Almost as fun as Papadopoulos. Man, just leave Maui alone. Please let Maui do their thing and don't don't attack Maui or burn Maui anymore. Paul A. Cipula at Bubble Bath Girl commenting, there are no coincidences, just corrupt government. Just imagine how beautiful Maui could be now if they were the priority instead of illegals. Yeah, all the bazillions of dollars that we're spending on illegals, $10,000 on debit cards re-upped every month. We saw the receipt, the store receipt, showing that the illegal immigrant had $13,000 in EBT and like $10,000 or $3,000 cash. It's insane, insane. All that money should be going to fix people's property in Hawaii, down in Maui, helping out veterans who need our support, homeless people in this country. If we're going to be spending bazillions of dollars, Natron, thanks for dropping a bomb over on Cash App, Natron. Boom, bigot. You're the man, bro. Appreciate the support. Got to calculate your rank. Let's see. What's your current rank? I think I have you ranked right now. Natron, pretty sure you are a general. You're going to have to let me know what branch you want to join. Time delay fuse. What's up, time delayed fuse? A pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. 13,000 in EBT. That buys a lot of goat meat. Seriously, bro. Seriously, bro. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you're having an excellent Friday, my new friend. Yeah, crazy. We're spending all this money on illegals and all this stuff. People here need help. Help the people here. Stop sending billions, hundreds of billions to Ukraine, to Israel, to Iran, to all these foreign countries. Help the people here. America first. That's what we believe in. When you notice that the police chief of Maui is the same guy who led the response team for the Las Vegas shooting. Oh, I forgot about that. So crazy. So crazy. So we'll have to keep our eyes open and see if any more information comes out about this Maui situation. How about this one? Let's hop over to the Gateway Pundit, come back to the mainland over in the East Coast. FEMA Region 1, breaking. A U.S. Secret Service breaks into Massachusetts hair salon and tapes over security camera, allegedly to let people use the bathroom during Kamala Harris fundraiser. What in the fuck? What's up with that? Secret Service agents reportedly invaded a Massachusetts hair salon without permission, violated the business owner's privacy, and taped over security cameras while securing the area for Kamala Harris's recent fundraiser. This is by Jim Hoft on Gateway Pundit. July 27th, the 413 salon in Pittsfield, Massachusetts was forcefully entered by Secret Service agents ahead of Kamala Heels Up, Kamala Harris's first in-person fundraiser since becoming the presumptive Democratic nominee without winning a single vote, without winning a single primary, we're only winning 1% of votes during the 2020 primary season when she dropped out before even the Iowa primary occurred. Unique prepping, Z-Man. Thanks for the Rumble rant, bro. Just because I got a lot of love for the community. Thanks, bro. That makes both of us. I love the community too, and your community as well. It was fun hanging out with you last Saturday for your 1,500 subscriber celebration. Met a lot of good people over there. Shout out to Truth with Tom, Os Band, Dumplin, aka Carson, and Ghetto. Hope you guys are having a good week if you're out there listening. Thanks so much, Z-Man, for dropping a Rumble rant. Appreciate you, brother. Natron wants to join the Infantry Army Division. You got it, bro. I'll calculate you up. Airborne Ranger. You wanted to be an Airborne Ranger before the felonies. Chalk me up in the Army. You got it. Thank you so much for your support, Natron. You're the freaking man. Both you guys, Natron and Z-Man. Love you guys. So this was a Business Insider reporting this. The salon's owner, Alicia Powers, had already complied with the Secret Service's requests by closing her business for the day to accommodate the security needs of the event, which was being held at the nearby Colonial Theater. Quote, they had a bunch of people in and out of here doing a couple bomb sweeps again. Totally understand what they have to do due to the nature of the situation, Powers told Business Insider, quote, and at that point, my team felt like it was a bit chaotic, and we just made the decision to close for Saturday. However, what transpired next left Powers feeling violated and betrayed, like, was it Dr. Doolittle with Chris Rock playing the goat or something, the donkey? I have been violated! Or maybe it was Eddie Murphy. I don't remember. Yeah, maybe Eddie Murphy. According to Powers, Secret Service agents took it upon themselves to enter her locked salon, use her bathroom, and tamper with security cameras, all without her consent. Seems like some kind of violation. Don't you have the security of privacy in your home and possessions under the Fourth Amendment? And under the Fifth Amendment, if the state confiscates your property for public use, which they're claiming here, using the bathroom and everything, then you're owed just compensation. Outlaw Dogs, good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to subscribe to The Outlaw Dogs on Rumble. Throw some love over her direction. Thanks for being here, The Outlaw Dogs. Always good to see you. Security footage obtained by Business Insider showed a female Secret Service agent taping over the lens of a Ring security camera located at the salon's entrance. The agents then proceeded to break into the salon, triggering the security alarm and using the facilities for nearly 2 hours before leaving the building completely unsecured. So they left it unlocked when they left? Fuck the state, man. Fuck these people. This is pure criminality. Let's watch this video. Cam footage. Oh, Secret Service ma'am on duty. Wonder if this is the same chick who couldn't holster her weapon over at the Butler event. Looks a little skinnier, I will say. Salon front porch. Let's speed it up a little bit. Taking a chair, stepping up on it, deactivating the Ring cam, probably leaving sticky residue. Yeah, she looks so intimidating. Time delayed fuse. So intimidating. Oh, probably leaving sticky residue all over the camera that she's gonna have to clean. Hopefully won't damage it. This is absurd, man. And then they bust in, violating this chick's private property rights, fucking around with her stuff on her desk. Disgusting. To the state, you are merely chattel. Objects used to generate tax revenue to keep their illegal operations going. Total scumbags, scumbaggery, you could say. As Powers explained, multiple people, including emergency medical personnel and law enforcement, were inside to use the bathroom without permission. Quote, there were several people in and about for an hour and a half just using my bathroom, alarms going off, using my counter with no permission, and they left the building completely unlocked, did not take the tape off the camera. So if somebody did show up to then break in, and a door with the door already unlocked, then there would have been no evidence from the Ring camera, at least. Bobby C77, thanks for commenting. Say T-Swizzle attack is a CIA false flag. Wouldn't surprise me, bro. Would not surprise me in the slightest. Thanks for raising that possibility. That's definitely something that we need to pay attention for and evaluate as a potential explanation for this. Sticky residue. Let's jump over to our next story. Take a trip across the pond to good old England, mate, and see what's going on over there. Paul A. Cipula, bubble bath girl, posted this. England police say they will extradite and imprison Americans over social media posts. You've got to be fucking kidding me, dude. These people are out of their minds. Take a listen to this.
We will throw the full force of the law at people.
Oh, the full force of the law at people. That's what you'll do, eh?
And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you.
Talk to me about that, because we have seen some high-profile figures whipping up the hatred. You talked about it in there with the officers, in fact, about this being added to by online commentary. I mean, I'm even thinking of the likes of Elon Musk getting involved. What are you considering when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behaviour from behind a keyboard, maybe in a different country?
Being a keyboard warrior does not make you safe from the law. You can be guilty of offences of incitement, of stirring up racial hatred. There are numerous terrorist offences regarding the sort of publishing of material. All of those offences are in play if people are provoking hatred and violence on the streets, and we'll come after those individuals just as we will physically confront on the streets the thugs and the obs who are causing the problems for communities.
Yet you're not allowed to have opinions or to make statements or observations. Observing coincidences is illegal in the UK. Yeah, Mama Mac pointed out that Americans started reporting ridiculous things on their online mean tweet reporting system to the police. It was freaking hilarious. There's a thread that has a lot of screen captures of people just fucking with the UK police. Lots of racial slurs and stuff. So I didn't grab it because I didn't want to put it up on screen, but it's hilarious. It's really funny. Mom Max sent that to me. The Bobby crowd can get fucked. That's right, get fucked, man. So ridiculous. You're going to England? Maybe you should rethink that, the outlaw dogs. Maybe you should rethink that. That's right. Great Britain is taking their censorship on the road. Tim Kramer posted this at Kramer Says, SEZ, over on X. Let's listen to his analysis.
Getting a lot closer to the end, folks. How do I know? Well, because the censorship bullshit is really ramping up. In fact, Great Britain is taking their censorship international. Let me explain. Great Britain has now said that they have the authority to hold you in the U.S. or any other nation accountable for what you say on the internet that lands in Great Britain. So a British subject sees what you posted and the British government doesn't like it, they say that they have the authority to come get you. I'm telling the British authorities to fuck off. We've already settled that. It's called the First Amendment, you fucking cunts.
That's right.
We will throw the
That's
full force
fucking
of the law at
right.
people. And whether you're
First
in this
Amendment,
building or
you
not,
fucking
of
cunts.
inciting,
Fuck these people, man. This is pure, unadulterated, 100% evil, as you guys already know.
It's pure evil!
Pure evil! Pure evil! Oh, man, so frustrating. Elon Musk is not happy about this, as we see Cat Turd at CatTurd2 posting this. Whoa! Reposting real GS Patent 007 stand for Trump at real GS Patent 007. Elon Musk suspended UK Gov. On X. Elon Musk is super badass. Look at this. Account suspended. We showed a tweet from these guys on the air yesterday. And now the account has been suspended. I don't know if it's back yet, but that is freaking hilarious. Freaking hilarious, man. Let's see what the comments are saying. This is apparently, we've now added context. This is apparently not the official account of the UK's government. But anyway, it's been suspended. Hilarious, nonetheless. This is not the official government of UK account. The account has not been suspended. But oh well, it's still funny. Let's jump over to our next topic. Massive fail as the U.S. women's team in the Olympics basketball bombs out. They only draw 12,437 people in their latest game after angry women. After they're angry that the women's team kept Caitlin Clark at home. Biggest, most boneheaded move they could possibly do in the Olympics with all the Caitlin Clark hype over the past year. And then they just completely bring a bunch of nobodies that nobody cares about over to play in the Olympics. The USA Women's Basketball Selection Committee released an official statement in June, several days after the media reported they had left the most dynamic and popular female athlete in the world today, Caitlin Clark, off of their Olympic roster. No question about it. She is the most popular and dynamic female athlete in the world, breaking all the records for college, breaking Pistol Pete's record, Gator. Totally crazy. The league broke the news after Caitlin Clark drained 7 3-point shots, scored 30 points, led in assists, and filled a 20,000-seat arena in Washington, D.C. the night before the news broke. Caitlin Clark put on a clinic, but it didn't matter. She broke all the attendance records in the first half of the season. It didn't matter. She led the league in 3-point shots when they picked the Olympic team. It didn't matter. She was bringing in millions of new fans to the league for the first time ever, because historically nobody's ever given a flying fuck about women's basketball. It didn't matter. Clark is the most exciting player in basketball today. It didn't matter. This was not enough for these angry, jealous women to put Clark on the Olympic team where she belonged. The world was waiting for Caitlin Clark to play in the Paris Olympics. Gay Paris. The WNBA brass gave the U.S. and the world the middle finger. Just like everybody does. The WNBA, the government, the Secret Service, FBI, the DOJ, they're just giving you the finger. Like George Orwell said, picture the future. A black boot stomping on the human face for all of eternity. That's where we are right now. Caitlin Clark, who owns all of the major collegiate scoring records in history and led the NCAA in assists this year, was not selected for the Olympics team. Unbelievable. And now they're floundering over there. The first day of the women's basketball at the Olympics, the U.S. team drew the smallest crowd by a wide margin. U.S. women's team led their angry Caitlin hating coach, Cheryl Reeve. They only had 500 fans at the game. So you guys get the gist. It's a total fail. Then on Wednesday, the team only drew 12,437 fans. Total embarrassment. Nobody wants to go. Everybody's mad at the U.S. because they didn't bring in Caitlin Clark. It's like the most obvious thing they could have possibly done is put the best women's player ever on the squad. It could have been like 92 Dream Team status over at the Olympics right now. But nope. Logic, reason, critical thinking doesn't exist with these people. There's no such thing as a meritocracy. It's all didn't earn it garbage, as you guys know. Speaking of didn't earn it, let's talk about Kamala Mamala heels up. Kamala Harris, pure evil. It's pure evil.
It's pure evil!
Kamala's gaslighting reaches new heights with latest campaign ad boasting on her tough border policies. The toughest border czar of all time, locking down the border, going down to the border constantly. Oh, wait, no, that didn't happen. She only went to the border once, and it was after Trump went down, not even as president, and embarrassed her. Yeah, sounds about right. This one's also by Jim Hoft. Their lies know no bounds. The Kamala campaign is running an ad this morning claiming she's tough on border policies. Kamala Harris is the border czar responsible for the greatest illegal migrant invasion in U.S. history. It must be opposite day. Just over 10 million illegals have walked across the open U.S. border since Kamala and Joe took over, not to mention the night flights where they're literally bringing people in from their own countries, flying them into the U.S. under Biden's orders and dispersing them through the states. It's insane. It's insane. Look at this. 2020, Trump loses the election. Boom! Storm the border, Biden said, and it just massive influx of illegals. It's not a secret, but now Kamala Harris and Democrats are running one of the most dishonest political ads in U.S. history. They have no shame and no respect for the hundreds of grieving American families who've lost loved ones to the fentanyl crisis or to a violent confrontation with an illegal alien, not to mention the rape survivors, the assault survivors, etc., just exponentially increasing the number of victims. They really must hate you for running this pile of crap and pretending it's real. Bill Malugan posted another ad portraying Kamala Harris as tough on the border. She has given no answers yet on whether she has reversed her past support for decriminalizing illegal immigration and abolishing ICE, and her running mate has quipped he would invest in a ladder factory to help beat the border wall, supports efforts to turn Minnesota into a sanctuary state, and signed laws giving taxpayer-funded college tuition and health care to illegal immigrants. This is why Harris needs to do an interview or press conference, which she has not been doing at all since she's been brought into the race. Voters deserve to know where her ticket stands on border issues and immigration and what they will do if elected. This is the same thing that basically Kamala's policies are indistinguishable from Biden's. Greg Foreman at Black Conservative Perspective was talking about it yesterday. I thought tight borders were racist. Time delayed fuse. Yeah, that's right. You want borders? You're a bigot. You're a bigot. you're xenophobic. No, we just want legal immigration. We love immigrants. It's crazy. They say Donald Trump hates immigrants. He's married to an immigrant. What they do is they take off the illegal thing and they just say he hates immigrants. He doesn't want immigrants. No, he doesn't want illegal immigrants because they mess with the supply and demand. They undercut people's jobs, ruin wages, take jobs that other deserved, hardworking Americans should have. It's horrible. It's horrible. Let's check out this ad.
Kamala Harris has spent decades fighting violent crime. As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border. As vice president, she backed the toughest border control bill in decades. And as president, she will hire thousands more border agents and crack down on fentanyl and human trafficking. Fixing the border is tough. So is Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Sorry for the eye aids, guys.
If you're gonna spew into this.
And we need an alert for this as well.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
Yeah, she's going to be hiring border agents not to prevent people from entering, to process them. That's what Joe Biden has said repeatedly. We need to hire more border agents to process these people. They're just processing them into the country. This is an open treason, an open coup, an open insurrection. They're completely violating all of the U.S. laws and, just shutting off the immigration system. We have an immigration system that we could use, but nope. They're just counting on you being dumb.
You're dumb.
And hoping that you buy this bullshit. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. How about this one? We talked about this yesterday, but Jimmy Dore had a good take on it. So let's read what Jimmy's saying. Jimmy Dore at Jimmy_Dore on X. Get this. Looks like Kamala is using Biden's FEC candidate number so she can steal his campaign war chest, which appears to be highly illegal, but won't be stopped because the establishment decides what's legal and illegal, and it will choose to ignore her law-breaking just like it did with Hillary Cankles Clinton using a private server for classified documents, and Biden using his garage for boxes of classified documents, but then choosing not to ignore it with Trump. Yeah, that's right. It's a two-tier justice system. The game is rigged. The tables are tilted. And there's no adversarial media to hold anyone to account. The controlled corporate media, licking the boots of the establishment, leveraged by Mockingbird CIA operations, just functioning as little puppets with the state's hand up their puckered little assholes, puppeting their mouths as they just regurgitate, and like a mockingbird, all of the establishment talking points. Quote, "We're not much, if any, different from China or North Korea or the old Soviet Union. It all works the same way, with all the decisions coming from a central authority for the sake of the one uniparty." Yep, and this is what we covered last night. Her using the Biden's campaign number. So now her campaign is associated with his 2020 campaign, and she just basically swooped in and stole all of his cash. Totally illegal, allegedly. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. This is crazy. Let's check in with the Bronx. Remember that epic rally that Trump had a couple months ago down in the Bronx? That was so cool. Massive, massive support of black and brown people coming out to support Donald Trump. Now, black Bronx voters sound off on Kamala Harris's incompetency and President Trump's remarks on her ethnicity flip-flops. She's black, she's Indian, she's whatever you want her to be. President Trump is right. Great video interviews. Let's check this out. Ooh, Gateway Pundit's Cara Castronova. I think she's running for Congress in New York as well. Make sure to follow and support Cara Castronova. Let's hop over to her post on X and check out this video with some interviews. She's a former boxer, a legit badass, strong, tough, independent female. So, of course, they don't want to have anything to do with her, just like Gina Carano.
Identity politics has been a big topic since Kamala Harris was tapped to be the Democratic nominee for president.
Correspondent Cara Castronova asked voters what they have to think about that. Here's that report.
The latest polls show that Vice President Kamala Harris is gaining ground with some Black and Latino voters.
And you can tell she was a good boxer, too, because her face is still beautiful and intact.
But those very same voters say that things are going badly in an America run by President Biden and VP Harris. And former President Trump is still polling high with black voters at 20% in the latest, for example. They could be the story of this election. So, are black and Hispanic voters persuaded by identity politics or actual policies? We hit the streets of the Bronx to find out.
Ah, hilarious. Now the chat's calling Ed a Fed. Usually they're calling me a Fed.
Shouldn't we at least consider the possibility that Duncan is a spy?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Forget that nonsense. Who was that? Where'd you come from, bro?
She's using her color. I thought that Martin Luther King said the color wasn't the issue. I thought it was the content of our character that we were supposed to be recognized for. But if she's going to keep running on that color, she's going to have a misconception about how black people really roll.
If you bring somebody into office that looks like you, but then continues to detriment your community, what was that for?
Yeah.
But if you choose somebody who can raise your community, then you chose the right one.
Right, that's Donald Trump. Opportunity zones, perpetual funding for historically black colleges and universities. Whereas with Kamala, they're just like, oh, she's black. Vote for her because she's black. Superficial bullshit. Forget about the cover of the book. Read the contents. Sign the contract, big boy. Delayed fuse, so you probably know what I'm talking about. Mike Tyson. Let's continue with this.
So,
who do you choose?
Personally, I choose Trump.
I'm looking for who I think is more qualified to run the country. That's all I'm looking at.
Black Latinos are starting to be a little bit more critical. They're fed up of their hard-earned money going to illegal, undocumented people.
Kamala Harris did not do a good job on the border because from what I know, a lot of people were coming from the other side and doing a lot of bad things to what we call home.
I think she's not a good candidate for president because she's with Joe Biden for the past 2 years, a wreck up in New York, you know.
Colors don't matter, man.
Right, they don't.
Ask God, man.
That's true. So what do you think about a candidate that uses their race as a selling point? Do you think
that's some weird
That's weird?
You lost already, 2024. If you racist today, you lost. Nobody going against Trump.
It's not about race, it's about what they provide for the society, is what they could do for the community.
With her putting a lot of black Americans in jail for the marijuana, they're not really going for her.
We also got people's thoughts on Trump's recent comments on Harris's ethnicity.
She was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Yeah, she was Hindu when it suited her purpose, and now that she's running, the black vote suits her purpose. So, like Trump said, now she's black.
Donald Trump is absolutely right. Her mother is Indian, her father is Irish Hindu, and she's always presented herself as Indian.
What do you think about Trump saying Kamala Harris is black? I thought she was Indian. She was saying she was Indian.
That's my response. Trump is an open book, yo. Facts.
That's just Trump being Trump. I don't believe he's racist. I don't even think he has a racist bone in his body.
Trump said that Kamala Harris always portrayed herself to be Indian, and now all of a sudden she's saying she's black.
Right? Nah, she's really Indian. She just want our support. She's trying to snatch our support away from Trump. But that's not how that's going down.
Reporting for Newsmax in the Bronx, New York, I'm Cara Castronova.
Cara Castronova doing good work. That's right, time delayed fuse. You can identify as anything you want. I identify as a toaster oven. A toaster oven with air fryer capabilities, just to clarify. Where was this type of thinking just a few years ago, Mama Mac? Good question. Well, it seems like something has changed. We've played that chart before where they weaponized racism in the media, Washington Post, AP, New York Times, etc., where beginning when Obama was running for president, they just started saying racism over and over and over and over in a skyrocketing trajectory to weaponize racism and turn black people against white people. But something seems to have changed in the paradigm. Was it Trump being shot? Was it him being arrested? The mug shot had a big effect, waking people up. The shooting had a big effect, waking people up. Something has changed. The fabric of reality is shifting. The Great Awakening is taking hold, and every day more and more people are waking up to what's really going on. Racism as a political selling point is dead. That's right. Threeper, commander of the Info Air Force. Thanks, Threeper, for all your support. You're the man. I identify as a Threeper. Does that count? It does. And I identify as a Threeper as well. In case you're not familiar out there, the Threepers are the 3% of the American population that fought back during the Revolutionary War. All it took was 3% to overtake the British and win American independence. And and now I think we're going to get more than 3% if it comes down to it again. But we're going to need more than 3% because they have force multipliers that they didn't have back in the day. Luckily, we're stacked to the gills with a gun behind every blade of grass. We're not calling for violence. We're against violence. But if violence comes to us, then we will use defensive force to an extreme level to preserve our freedoms. Absolutely. Let's jump to our next one. When you see Kamala heels up Kamala Harris's rally in Phoenix, remember this. Actors needed. Phoenix Convention Center. Actors needed for event tomorrow from 2 to 11 p.m. $15 per hour. Duties include protest activity and holding signs that are anti-Trump. Minorities welcome and needed. Looking to fill about 500 spots. They're paying people to show up at the rallies. They're paying people. That's right, Bulldozer. Defend the castle of freedom. This is some Joker level maniacal nonsense that these people are perpetrating here. Literally paid actors. Down in Georgia, they used Megan the Stallion to drag people into an event to make it look like Kamala had support. Over in Wisconsin, they used the band Bon Iver to draw in tens of thousands of people to make it look like Kamala had support. Then what was it in Detroit where they said, free T Sweezy concert, everybody, free Taylor Swift concert. And all these people show up and it turns out that it's a Kamala Harris rally. They're faking support for Kamala Harris by using other people to draw bodies to their events so that when they steal the election in November, or when they try manipulating the machines, mail-in ballots, whatever heinous methods they choose to employ this time, and people say, this is bullshit, Kamala didn't get 94 million votes, watch it, it's going to be like 94 million. It's going to dwarf 81 million, Joe. They're going to fake a massive steal, and they're going to bolster it by saying, look at the rallies. Tens of thousands of people in Georgia for Megan the Stallion. Tens of thousands of people in Wisconsin showed up for Kamala. No, for Bon Iver. Tens of thousands showed up filling an entire hangar and runway in Detroit for Kamala. No, that was for Taylor Swift. They're manipulating us to make it look like Kamala has support so that when they steal it, they can reference these events and say, look, Kamala has lots of people on the street supporting her. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Ah, that's bullshit.
That's right, Dan Bongino. It's bullshit.
No way. Bullshit.
No way.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Fuck it. Let's throw the bullshit flag on this one.
Here it is. The bullshit flag's coming out.
The bullshit flag's coming out. And then Kamala, there's no cure for what she has, guys.
There's no cure for being a cunt.
Boom! Let's jump over to our next topic. We have MSNBC contributor praising Tim Walz, saying, don't be afraid to embrace the joy that's coming. Whoa, man, that's quite the scary thing. MSNBC contributor praises Tim Walz, suggesting he will teach white people not to fear the joy that's coming. The joy of your replacement and destruction. Embrace death. That's basically what they're telling you. This is by Mike LaChance over at the Gateway Pundit. MSNBC contributor Anand Giridharadas appeared on Morning Joe this week. Sorry, I'm getting dyslexia a little bit early today, apparently. Praising the choice of Tim Walz as Kamala Harris's running mate. Naturally, he made it all about race, suggesting that Walz alongside Harris will make it easier for older white people to see the joy that will unfold under their administration. He even suggested that Walz will make people see the joy in having your boss be a black woman, whatever that means. I just want a boss that's good. In fact, I don't want a boss at all. I want to do my own fucking thing. Identity politics is everything for the left. It's all they care about. Let's check out this clip. We'll hop over to X so I can maximize the video on screen for you guys. Boom.
The significance of this man is that he is an older white man in a moment in which the far right is trying to convince white people that the future is treacherous for them.
Yeah, clearly this is pandering by Kamala, as if going down to the Bronx or going down to record stores in Georgia and picking up black artists' LPs saying, look how much I love Charles Mingus. Don't you black people love Charles Mingus too? So she's pandering to the blacks, to all of the ethnic minorities, and then she brings on a token white guy, Tim Walz, to try to lure in the white population to support her as well. It's so transparent and obvious what they're doing. Ed Hoskins, Tampon Tim is my guy. Good to know, Ed. Let's hit the ban hammer on Ed Hoskins. I'm just kidding. Mods, don't ban Ed. He's being sarcastic, for sure. Hilarious, though. Where's this comment? Tampon Tim is my guy. That's right. He passed legislation to issue tampons in the boys' restrooms in schools in Minnesota. Complete insanity. These people are trying to convince you that objective reality doesn't exist. Men can be women, women can be men. But you know, if I try to identify as black, they'll throw the ban hammer on me.
Trying to convince men that the future is treacherous for them. And here is an older white man, a coach, a soldier, who is very hard to dismiss as some kind of effete coastal elite, who is telling older folks and white people, you do not need to be afraid of the future. There is joy in the future. There is joy in having your boss be a black woman. There is joy in what is coming. And I think he is going to teach lots of people, in addition to whatever role he plays in an election and in the White House, he's going to teach lots of people through his role in the culture that they're going to be okay and that there's joy on the far side of realizing a multiracial democracy in this country. The significance of this man.
Ridiculous. Look at this quail. Look at his dumbass hair, dumbass face. That's a punchable face right there. Just saying, not advocating violence. Don't punch him. But it's a very punchable face. Let's check in with Anonymous. Remember the 5th of November. I meme, therefore I am. Posted this one at I'm meme 0 on X. Anonymous exposes Tim Walz in under 2 minutes. Let's check it out, guys. Let me zoom and enhance for your viewing enjoyment.
Welcome to the race, Tim Walz. Let's make sure America knows who you are. You helped ignite the George Floyd riots, the worst the country had ever seen in decades. While Minneapolis burned, you stalled on deployment of the National Guard for an entire day, blaming the city for not submitting the right paperwork. You let your daughter leak the Guard's deployment plans online so that rioters would know how long they had to loot the city with impunity. Minneapolis is a war zone because of you. Just days after the attempted murder of Donald Trump, you called him and his supporters fascists, egging on the same rhetoric that led him to being shot in the first place. You have overseen some of the most radical youth trans surgery laws in the country. Under your leadership, teenagers can get their breasts chopped off and get sterilized, and your government calls it health care. You have the most radical abortion laws in the country. 0 limits. Every year, 5 to 6 babies are born alive and then murdered legally under laws you support. On immigration, you famously said you wanted to provide a ladder so invaders can come over Trump's wall. You are a radical open border zealot. Also, during COVID, you approved $500 million in hero pay for frontline workers, only to have 40% of that money go to people who were ineligible or, in many cases, literally deceased. In the White House, you were Pelosi's sidekick and did whatever the Democrats demanded. You will try to disguise yourself as a folksy Midwestern moderate. In reality, you are a white male version of Kamala Harris, radical, inept, undeserving to be in leadership.
Nice. Well done. And if you're wondering what they were talking about Tim Walz's daughter exposing the positions or lack of deployment of the National Guard during the BLM riots in Minnesota, DC Drano at DC_Drano, Rogan O'Handley posted this. Boy, these screenshots are inconvenient. Tim Walz's daughter tweeted to BLM riders that National Guard troops would not be present in certain areas. Isn't this aiding and abetting an insurrection or rebellion? How involved was her father in coordinating this? How did she get the information? Clearly, she was talking with Daddy. So he's got the screenshots over here. Could someone who actually has followers relay to the masses that have gotten, quote, National Guard trending, that the Guard will not be present tonight? There's a lot of misinformation that is further spreading fear and chaos at the scene of the protests. This is why they're such a great pair. Ed Hoskins, not Ed Hoskins, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, because Tim Walz encouraged the protesters, and then when they got arrested, Kamala bailed them out. Just like a perpetual cycle of collusion and insurrection that the two of them were orchestrating and perpetrating against the American people. Hope Walz, the daughter, allegedly also continued posting. In reply to this, Sean Lim posted, "Urgent, if you're at the protest, get out now. National Guard and SWAT en route. They're almost here and will be using city buses to arrest everybody, as many people as possible. Get everyone out, screenshot, retweet, and share this." She quote tweeted this saying, "The Guard cannot be sent in within minutes. It takes time for them to deploy because they come from all over the state. To be clear, the National Guard will not be present tonight." Start your sentence with a capital letter, you bitch. That's right. The grammar police are cracking down on this mofo. Grammar police. I'm the chief of the grammar police over here. Just because someone asked for something doesn't mean it's happening right away or even happening at all. I don't know about SWAT, but what I do know is the Guard will not be present arresting people tonight. So she's basically encouraging protesters to go out there and destroy shit without having to worry about any ramifications whatsoever. Let's check out this next story about Tim Walz talking about abandoning his 87-year-old mother to fend for herself during the COOF pandemic, we'll say, since we're still on YouTube. Actually, let's take the link over on YouTube, over for Rumble, and post it in the YouTube chat so you guys can come and join us on Rumble, where the water is warm and we can speak freely without fear of ridiculous repercussions by the controlled big tech oligopoly. So click the link or open a new tab. Come join us on Rumble. And sorry to have to ditch you guys if you can't make it on YouTube, but we'll be back on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend. Until then, let's